rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I'll find you in my My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I'll find you in my I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
Hello everyone, and welcome back for what is the start of a new series. We finally are going to be going through the complete Mass Effect, the original trilogy of Mass Effects 1, 2 and 3, and then also onto Mass Effect Andromeda. And that's going to be what's going to occupy our Fridays. Yep, the myth that is Mass Effect. I'm just checking there as well, because something went really weird with my when I was typing into the Restream chat, and it was coming with error messages, so I don't know whether or not anything I typed actually came through. It was all going a bit weird, but I've that's why we're a few seconds delayed as well, because I've had to go and reconnect my account, my stream and my Restream account together. But we're going to start this one today. It has been a bit problematic in getting this running, because I have, of course, I transferred the save files yesterday, and got them onto the Xbox One. However, I did not know that the save file for the ability to start basically a new game plus was hardware locked. So today I had to, in a mad panic dash, complete the game so that I could generate a save file so that I could actually use my level 60 character for our playthrough. So let's get started now. I'm fingers crossed it's going to work. The menu came up, and I really, really hope this works. Let's wait for this to load there. Here we go. So we're going to start a new career.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested.
Please come up with the third option again.
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Select existing ID. Yes, level 60 character. Right. So I had to, I transferred one of my save files across, as you can see there. This particular playthrough has 112 hours and 20 minutes into it. We're a level 60 Sentinel, reputation as a war hero, and origins in space. And the creation date is just because of the way I've had to transfer the save file. It's actually the last time I played this was February 2010. Now, before we get started though, because this is going to go straight in, as always, because as I said before, this is not about the grind. I've already done hundreds of hours of grind to get the 100% completion of every single like teammate, everything. This is about the story and having a bit of fun with the story. So when I click the go button, assuming that it doesn't crash, and it actually goes into the game, there's about 15 minutes worth of opening dialogues, and as usual with these sorts of games, I won't talk over the dialogue so that you guys can like listen to the story as we go along. I will, as we go, I'll throw in bits of lore for the you know, for across all the different species, bits of the story element and what have you, as we go. And I am trying to figure out the controls as well, because they're a bit weird. As I haven't played it for 10 years, so I'm a bit rusty at it. But I hope you're going to enjoy this one, because this is my of this type of game. This series is my absolute favourite. You know, it's oh yeah, let's do that before we go. Now I'm hoping that these work. There is a bit of a lag I noticed when I was fiddling around with the dials.
8.
Did you guys hear that all right? Yeah, I take that as a yes. So I'm going to try one of the other buttons just before we get started. Looked like it peaked a lot. I'm going to have to drop the volume level on the effects channel. Anyway, let's begin. So I'm going to turn my microphone off now, because this is a very, very long opening sequence. And let me know, just scream in the chat if it's too loud or too quiet, and I'll just up and down it in the background.
Well, what about Shepard? She's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of her life.
Military service runs in the family. Both her parents were in the Navy.
She proved herself during the Blitz, held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
She's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question her courage.
Humanity needs a hero, and Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating a transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Thrusters? Check. Navigation? Check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift? Just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment, so you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story, but only an idiot believes the official story.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the Captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Actually, we now have control of the character again. So let's talk to Caden. He's the wet blanket of the crew.
You keep the captain waiting, Commander.
The Captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
So our very first mission is on Eden Prime.
I'm telling you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right? Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
And this is how we go through the chat system. So one of the sort of the features that when it came out originally, that's what everyone was going on about, the way you could easily select the chat options.
I'm on my way to give him a status update right now.
With all due respect, ma'am, maybe he'll finally tell you what we're really doing out here.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors, cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, ma'am. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
And in regards to Captain Anderson as well, I highly recommend reading the first Mass Effect novel, which covers his early years.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War, lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board, especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
So, part of the animosity between humans and the Turians, which is that what the other fella was, is the First Contact Wars. Earth went through the first relay, and the first alien species that they encountered like years later after they built the base was the Turians, and they started fighting as you do.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Do you know something?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I figured there was something you weren't telling us.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir?
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
It never hurts to have a few extra hands on board.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
You held off an enemy assault during the Blitz single-handed. You showed not only courage, but also incredible skill. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
And her single-handedly winning that battle in her past as well will come back to bite her a bit in some of the other story arcs with the, what are they called, the Batarians.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Like a big claw.
Engaging stealth systems.
When you see it properly, it's more like a...
Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Oh, I can't remember the name of the
Your team's
creature.
the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
There's the Normandy. There we go. So now on the first mission, I've got to try and reacquaint myself with the controls again. We only pretty much have the one weapon. I maxed out the pistol. I never bothered with any of the other weapons. Can you see here, this is like the weapons that we have along the bottom here. We can also instruct our teammates to select a different weapon if we want, but I just usually let them get on with it themselves. But you see we're completely untrained in all the other weaponry, because this pistol is all that I've ever really needed in the hundreds of hours that I've put into this game. There's no ammunition as such, but there is a you see on the actually, can you see it on the stream? Yeah, you can see it on the stream. You see that little bit that's flashing red? That's like a heat signature. So eventually the weapon overheats. Yeah. All we need is a pistol. Yeah. I see there's a new trailer for a Bond film. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I'll have to add it to my watch later thing. And have a look at that, because I enjoy the Daniel Craig ones. Aye. The problem I find like with the other Bond films, because I mean I got the Blu-ray box set years ago, and you know, watching like one or two a day, like when I finished night shift. Oh, hang on, there's a rocket launcher here, isn't there? Take it out, take it out. There we go.
Got some burned out buildings here, Shepard.
They all basically follow the exact same structure with no real difference.
Try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Reduce to Omnigel. Yeah. We don't need to really pick up anything because we have everything that we need. We can just get rid of any excess weaponries and whatever, anything that we encounter. These things here that we're fighting, these are, well, these particular ones are drones. The Geth are I think like a race of sort of like androids. We'll have more to do with the Geth as the game goes on, but also eventually in the later games we'll have a Geth called Legion, which will be one of our squad mates. This is Williams. She's the space racist. And there's some like proper upright Geth that you can see there in the background. Just move up.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing... Suddenly... I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime, none that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out!
Let's go. I don't think it's even not even worth rummaging in the crates, really, is that? Assuming this is where they dug up the Prothean artifact. Pick him out. See, having a maxed out pistol. Just walk through the enemies.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Let's just pause for a second there and I'll show you a few of the things that we have in the menus. So we started down there, we're working our way up here to the train station. Just back out a second there. As you go through the game as well, you get the codex, which unlocks information about
systems are located on the far side of the
basically like a talking encyclopedia. If I get my words out. I've gone through all of this, in my original playthrough. Most of it's all in my head. So the stuff that's in there, I'll be able to sort of like explain it as we go. As well, I was just saying before with the weaponry, you'll see that we don't have the issue of ammo. It's heat dissipation, and that's because the way the guns work in this is actually there's just a chunk of metal basically for the to fire, and using the Mass Effect technology, the technology they use to get past any sort of like issues, should we say, in the writing. It basically takes a tiny little sliver, depending on what's needed, of that metal, and then using the Mass Effect power, as it were, to propel that at ridiculous speeds. Basically, the Mass Effect effect itself is from element 0. Basically, with element 0, whether or not you apply a positive or negative current across it. What's that? What's a gas bag? It will increase or decrease the mass. So, you decrease the mass of things using Mass Effect fields, and you can accelerate a ship. We've gone back the wrong way, haven't we? Yeah. I thought there's no enemies here. Right, put the gun away and run, Shepard. Thought it seemed like there was no enemies. These spikes that the Geth have put around as well, they you see those little creaturey things on top. Basically, the Geth use that to convert organics into sort of like weird, mindless creaturey things that attack you. Let's take the right way this time.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive.
Here come the husks.
What did the Geth do to them?
Engaging target.
There we go. Nice and easy. This we will just reduce everything to Omnigel. Oh, get past her.
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
I keep forgetting which game has which mini games in it for unlocking doors.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
There was one nutter, isn't there?
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
You're wasting your time. The age of humanity is over. Our extinction is inevitable.
Manuel, I need to ask you something.
It's probably best if you just leave him alone.
I don't have time for this.
Time?
You probably see an option there that we didn't choose. We are, as I always play through, is the Paragon playthrough. So we're not going to be doing like evil things. I have done like the evil playthrough once, only a half playthrough anyway, because I knew there was a bit in the level where we could, I could sort of glitch the achievement in a conversation loop on Novaria. But yeah, we're going to be playing as the good Commander Shepard.
Saren.
Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
Bye-bye, Nihilus. So Saren is the bad guy, in case you need to know, or at least one of them anyway. We also have to deal with Sovereign, but that'll be explained later. There he is, there's Sovereign. Trying to think which creature that looks like. It's an underwater creature. But it's away. This is a game as well. It's the game that changed the way I game. It was this game which got me into getting all the Xbox achievements. And also the game that made me look up in environments when walking through games. There we go, that was nice and quick. I say all you need is this pistol. That's why I never touched any of the other weapons in all of my playthroughs.
Commander, it's Nyla.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian.
Yeah, because he's rummaged through his pockets.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform, thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Wait for the save.
Heads up!
Just cut straight through the gap for this gun. There we go. There's one more apparently. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There we go. That gun is getting slowly hotter. With all the upgrades I've got on this particular gun, it cools off really, really quickly. So we can pretty much just storm straight up here. Down all the shields they want. So on the train, just like on Dead Space.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
So again, in the first novelization that covers Anderson, you learn more about his backstory as well. He was an arse in that book as well. The Geth close up. Wait for it to save. Disarm the bomb.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
It shouldn't be a problem. Just to be a game as we're playing it, we're going to have absolute, like, I would say next to zero bother. As like to the like when we're under attack and stuff. Like I said, it's more for the story, this game, than the combat. Have you been out to playing with the cat? Or have we missed a bomb? Oh no, hang on, I've confused myself on the radar there. Right, let's go and sort this next bomb out. Come on, disarm it. Nope, now where's the next one? Let's see where that one is. Where's the last one? Can't remember. Ah, I see him now on the radar. There's still two more enemies there as well. Oh, has the cat been playing out? Yes, time to come and tuck the kitten in. Here it is. Not long had Casserole having a little snuggle on me knee. Right, which way are we going now? Oh, I will keep pressing that button by mistake. I need to sort out the Elite Controller's extra controls. Which way was the way to go next? Check the map. Somewhere up there I missed an entranceway. They're all facing that way, so it must be over here. But yeah, there it is.
Bag 'em and tag 'em.
I see, yeah, all happy now on your knee. We might have a little bit of problem with Speckled, just speaking as well there. Because, well, you know she's been molting. So I've not been like picking her up to handle her too much because obviously it makes her uncomfortable. Oh, get that one there. But today when I was talking to her, I noticed her crop is really big. So tomorrow I'm going to have to try and hope that the what's his name? The chicken expert at the vets is that one again. It doesn't matter. We don't need to be in there. Because obviously it can like build up, and stuff that's in there could ferment, because the way their digestive system works is, they eat stuff, it goes into the crop where it gets broken down, and then it goes through to the rest of their system. But hers is getting clogged again. It did last year when she molted as well, when we were thinking about it before. But she'll have to go to the vets, because I'm always worried that if I try to clear it for her, that I'll do more harm than good, because I'm always worried that I'm going to hurt her. There should be a cutscene here.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard!
No, don't touch her. It's too dangerous.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
I completed Eden Prime.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
There we go. So we're back on board the Normandy now. Little rubber drowned. If I walk through all the bits and bobs. One thing that will, as we go through the game, as we go through all the games, after each mission, we have to basically do the rounds. And by doing that means that we will travel the decks of the Normandy. We will talk to all of the other characters, and that will unlock other story elements, other missions.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. Doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
I couldn't have done it without you.
We're Marines. We stick together. And I'm just sorry that we lost Jenkins.
Yeah, I wish I could have done something to save him.
I was there. You did everything right. It was just bad luck. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not going to be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I was a regular Navy brat. I got a little more noteworthy than the folks expected.
Oh, that's right, the Blitz. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
There go 2 Paragon points.
Joker's waiting for you on the bridge.
Some of these initial sort of conversations with all the crews will be slightly lengthier than what they are in the future.
Yes, Commander?
Basically, just because we're introducing ourselves to the character and learn about them for the first
How did you
time.
end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. I wanted to try... But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Oh, I must have those implants.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Crippling pain and the insanity. Down here. These like the weirdest beds, aren't they?
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot from you. I've never met anyone who was awarded the Star of Terra.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out. And you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Talk to the captain.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
That'll become our quarters soon. That's everyone in this main area. Do we have access downstairs? And this is one of the jokes about Mass Effect. Or Elevator Simulator. as it was called many times. It disguises loading screens in elevators, so the lower decks are being loaded whilst we're stuck in this box. Down here somewhere, oh, you can just see in the shadows there. That's the Mako. We will pilot this on other worlds. But that of course will be like future streams. And as we get more crew members, we'll they'll be downstairs here and what have you. Well, in this, once we're actually on the Citadel, we will be playing Elevator Simulator for hours.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
So, from his store, we will, as we play through the game, we'll pick him up some licenses if we need, if they need any. But we don't really need any. I mean, look how much currency we've got there. in all my like playthroughs, we've maxed out everything. You are engineering. There's the Element Zero core there. Yeah, we're fine for that. We're it'll not be like the other games, you know, where we play with like 0 health and like 2 bullets.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
This time round, we have everything we need. I said I won't be upgrading the weapon. We'll be using that that pistol throughout the game. That's it's the only weapon I've ever used anyway. It's like in Fallout 3. The only weapon I use in that, unless it's like a mission one where you've got to like use the fat man or whatever it's called. I use a pistol in that because I've got an explosive mod for it. So every time you shoot this pistol, it causes an explosion. So you don't even have to hit the target in that one, because as soon as you hit it, you've got like the range of effect. Onto the bridge. Now we're heading to Joker, who's in the cockpit. This vessel as well, the Normandy, is like it's like a Turian design, where you don't have the bridge at the front. It's in like the core of the ship, which is here at the back. That's the galactic map that we'll use later on. Just grabbing the codex entries as we go as well. Talk to Presley.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Why they're obsessed with Jenkins? He was very careless. So this is like the neck of the Normandy if you remember seeing it from the outside. So next up there should be a cutscene, and we're going to see the Citadel for the first time. That's an airlock to get out of the ship as well.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
There we go. So those big arms are the wards. The bit that you can see at the back, that circular bit, is where we are now.
The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
There's important information marked on the map there. We'll have a little look at the map. Can we zoom out? Bumpers to zoom out. Nope, we can't zoom out any further. This is one area of the Citadel. There's a few decks. The Citadel Tower is, when we had that exterior shot, there was like a long pole going out to the middle of the circle. That takes you right up to the top of there. We have the ward access, which were the big arms on the station, and this is where walking elevator simulator comes into play. Rapid transit, yeah. There's a few regular businesses and a few places as well to visit. There is, yeah, the Volus and the Elcor. We'll have a little wander over there and we'll pick up some missions from them because they're right next door to where we're at anyway. Maybe just have a walk over to CSEC as well. Manual override. So I'll just press pause as well there. So we'll accumulate our missions in here. We've got unusual readings to do there as well. Go to the tower, which is what we're sort of working on. Or working towards. We're going to have a little bit of look at some of the other species. By that point, that'll be roughly where we'll call it for today.
I understand what you're saying.
These big guys here are the Elcor.
I can't just... This is serious. My reputation is at stake.
Because they can't sort of express themselves, they tell you what they're sort of like, what they should have been at the beginning of the sentences, but you understand that as we start talking to them.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Where can I find this Asari consort?
She is across the bridge from here. Her offices are easy enough to spot. Good day, human. Strange greeting, human. This is really not a good time.
So long, then.
Thanks to you, human. Good day. Pleased greeting. Human, it is always good to see your kind. I am Ambassador Kalen. Genuine query. Is there something I can do for you this day?
Why do you explain what you're about to say?
Our people communicate less through words and more through scent and slight movements. Plainly, we discovered our vocal expression was not enough to convey the feelings of our conversations to other species.
Why do you bother, Kalen? These Earth Clan don't really care about our ways.
Remorseful response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do, I am very sorry for you.
Tell me more about your species.
Genuine enthusiasm. I delight in telling the history of my people. It is agreeable to share our culture with others.
Tell me about the history and origins of the Elcor.
The Elcor were just beginning to explore Council space when the Asari first made contact with us. With their help, we discovered the relay closest to our system, and from there the Citadel. Proudly, within one lifetime we established a regular route to the Citadel, and quickly became one of the more active species living on this great station.
I'd like to know more about the culture of the Elcor.
Frankly, we Elcor prefer the safety and familiarity of our own colonies to the confines of space travel. Our society is built on small, tight-knit groups, though we are always welcoming to outsiders. Our government tends to be very stable. Our people are not very comfortable with sudden changes.
What do you do here?
Modestly, I work to bring the problems and the requests of the Elcor groups to the attention of the Council.
Ha! They only give us these positions to keep us quiet. The Council doesn't care about our races.
Chastising rebuke. Your tone is inappropriate, Din. This human is not to blame for your malcontent or your misconceived suspicions.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human.
The way it sort of works with their government is you have the council races, which were the three you saw on the hologram before, and then everyone else is sort of like underneath that. Kind of reminds me a bit of Babylon 5, where you had like the main races, and then you had the council of minor races, or so. I can't remember what it was called in Babylon 5. It's been a while since I last watched that. But I suppose that's the same theory as what they try to do here with the different races.
EarthClan, you are in the wrong place, I think. Your ambassador is next door in the large office.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Din. At least introduce yourself.
I am Din Korlak, Volus ambassador. Is there something I can do for you, EarthClan?
What is this place?
You are in the embassy for the Volus and the Elcor.
Your ambassador is next door, in his own office.
In this shared space, I aid my fellow Volus when I'm not being interrupted.
I'd like to know more about the Volus.
I'm sure our history and culture would bore you, EarthClan.
Actually, I would like to know more about your history.
My people came to the Citadel shortly after the Asari and Salarians had discovered it. We were instrumental in establishing a standardized galactic economy. However, despite our long association with the Citadel and our many contributions to galactic society, we still do not hold a seat on the Council.
Tell me about Volus culture.
We are tribal by nature, but our ways are not violent. We barter and trade our lands and tribe members in order to increase status. Larger tribes often engulf smaller ones and eventually split again. Our society is very malleable, and our government is always shifting and changing. Since we're not physically adept, we trade our services for protection.
What is it you do here?
I look out for the best interests of the Volus people. No easy task considering how often we are overlooked by the Council.
Chastising rebuke, Din. The Council favors your species greatly.
You are naive. The EarthClan will be invited to the Council long before our species will.
Why aren't the Elcor or Volus part of the Council?
All species must prove themselves before they join the Council. All but the EarthClans, it would seem.
Dismissive. Ignore the Volus ambassador, human. He is incorrect in his assessment.
Really? How long have we been waiting? How long do you think we'll continue to wait? Bah, this talk is wasted on the humans.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Chastising rebuke, Din. Your species has always been granted many concessions. Volus territory has expanded tenfold since coming to the Citadel.
Details. We still have no real say in the decisions that affect Citadel space.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes, yes. Good day, EarthClan.
These are the keepers as well. They're basically little creatures that repair the station. They were here when the Asari discovered the Citadel. And as you discover in more games, they've always been there. Yeah, let's turn that way. We'll take a little look out into the main sort of plaza of the Citadel. We'll go and speak to Athena.
Allow me to be your guide.
It's like a holographic roof. Take a little wander around. Yeah, we'll have to find some desks to hide underneath for these funny little taxi car things here. Just seeing it as we're here, there's sort of like side characters to get missions off as we go. We'll have a little walk across the river, and then we will save the game. We'll just like have a little bit of an explore. So we'll be have quite a few missions on the Citadel, which will be covered in next week's mainly. That goes up to the top. Ooh. Might have to rejiggle the controls a little bit because it's the look is very, very slow. See, that goes all the way up. We're not going up there just yet, so we'll save all the council chamber stuff for next time.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Just keep walking around here so you get a little bit of better view. It's kind of like the Halo, really, because it goes around the big circle, doesn't it? The actual council chambers, it is quite a nice little area. It's got some nice little gardens in it as well once we're up there. But there's other bits and bobs on this level, I think. I think that guy that does the bank and has access to the Shadow Broker, if I remember right, is on this level. Oh, that was like a rapid transit thing there, which is the taxi service, basically. Which ones are through here? Yeah, that's a little the shady character there. We have some more shops. Oh, what was his race called again? I can't remember, but there was like a running gag of like one of his race and I think an Elcor in like crime fighting movies together sort of thing. It's like a running joke that runs in the background of the game. Let's wander along here. The Asari that you see here, these blue ones here, a bit of a strange species, I suppose. If you listen to the background thing, it's never like plainly said, but it's sort of like the few that they all look like attractive women. If you're into that blue tentacle sort of head things, but they appear that you'll hear if you listen to the citizens in the background as if they look like different like different species to different species. So it's like no one really knows what their true like true appearance is. But it's only sort of like alluded to in the background. It's never actually a conversation that you have. It's just like something you've got to like. If you're a crazy person like me that's examined every single inch of this game. But we're going to head back over to the Athena station. We will quiz Athena, and then that's where we'll leave Mass Effect for today. Yep, there she is, over there. So these little stations are scattered all over the place. Access, yeah, whatever. Tutorials we don't need.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide. Greetings and welcome to the Presidium. My name is Athena, and I am pleased to be your virtual guide throughout this level of the Citadel space station.
So are you a person or a program?
I am a fully interactive virtual intelligence, programmed to provide spontaneous guidance at predetermined locations of interest throughout this level of the Citadel. I may also be contacted through any of the Presidium VI terminals, should you require assistance.
The one thing to note is VI for the virtual intelligence as opposed to AI. Because of the Geth, AIs are outlawed throughout Citadel space.
Give me the tour.
You are standing at Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. On either side of this lobby are the embassies of the various Citadel races, along with CSEC headquarters. On the far end of this level, you can see the Citadel Tower, where the Council meets regularly to discuss matters of interstellar importance.
I want to know more about Citadel security.
Citadel security serves as law enforcement for all regions of the Citadel, though the majority of officers serve in the wards. Executor Palin, a Turian, is the current head of CSEC, but individuals from virtually every species across Citadel space serve as officers beneath him. If you wish to learn more, Executor Palin's office is located in the CSEC headquarters just across the lobby.
Tell me about the embassies.
Each species in Citadel space important enough to be consulted on matters of galactic politics maintains an embassy on the Presidium. The Volus were the first non-council species to be granted an embassy, roughly 2,384 galactic standard years ago. As Citadel space has expanded, more embassies have been added. The most recently added embassy belongs to your own species, humanity. It was added 19 galactic standard years ago, despite some rather vocal opposition.
Why were people trying to keep my species out?
Some species felt humanity was given preferential treatment. It often takes a century or more before a new species is granted an embassy. The Council gave a great deal of thought to this matter. In the end, they decided humanity's impact on Citadel space was significant enough to warrant an embassy.
Do you agree with their decision?
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
How come the Volus were the first species given an embassy?
In the early years following the formation of the Council, the Volus were, apart from the Asari and Salarians, the most populous and widespread species in Citadel space. They established many new colonies and trading outposts, and they petitioned the Council for a greater role in determining interstellar policy. In recognition of their work to expand interstellar trade and establish a standardized galactic economy, the Volus were granted an embassy here on the Citadel.
Why weren't they made a council race?
The Council races have extensive responsibilities. They must provide personnel and ships for the Citadel fleets. They often provide economic aid in times of disaster. It would be unfair to demand such an enormous burden of a species unable to meet these obligations. The embassies allow lesser species to have a voice on the Citadel.
Do you know anything about specters?
The term Spectre is derived from the branch of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. Each Spectre agent is handpicked by the Council. Their primary role is preserving galactic stability and resolving volatile situations that cannot be handled through normal political channels. In this role, they are granted extraterritorial rights and jurisdictions. Spectres answer to no law or authority except the Council itself.
What can you tell me about the Citadel Council?
Originally, the Council consisted of representatives from the Asari and Salarians, the two dominant species in Citadel space. Roughly 1,304 galactic standard years ago, Turians were invited to join the Council in recognition of the role they played during the Krogan Rebellion. Since then, the three Council races have worked together to ensure the peaceful coexistence of the galactic community, while preserving individual autonomy for each species.
It was really the Salarians who entered that particular war, I would say, after they made the genophage, which basically neutered that entire species. But there'll be more of that to come in as the story progresses.
It can't be as simple as that. There must be problems somewhere in the system.
I am not programmed to make that kind of qualified judgment. My code is limited to information and simple interaction simulations.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, and thank you for using Avina. Please enjoy your visit to the Citadel.
So there we go. I will save it there. Save 455. And we'll end it there today. So hope you enjoyed that there. I said that there is quite a lot to get through in regards to like conversations with people as we like make the introduction to each of the characters and the species. Next week we will probably just be on the Citadel. There's a lot of things to do on the Citadel. We have to pick up Tally as well. So we need to go down to the wards to get her. There's some stuff to do in the pub. We've got to go down there. Look around the merchant stores, but also as well we have to of course go up to the council chambers and deliver our report. and get our Spectre status. So it's a spoiler for next week. So I'm going to quickly fire up Chrome, and we will see if there's anyone that we can go and harass for 5 minutes. What's the egg count up to now, everyone? You're going for the 200,000, so you get 2 big nothings today, Chrissy. 57 for royalty. And 104. Just have to waiting for you to redeem your scarf. So we have a choice of Angry Joe Show or Jimmy. Which would you guys prefer to go and harass for 5 minutes? Yeah, I had a feeling, Royalty, that you would you would choose that one. But yeah, we'll head over there. Tomorrow, we are going to be completing, no matter what we do, you might have to play for an extra half an hour, but we are going to go and complete Dead Space 2. Yeah, I couldn't remember which number game we're going to there. I think there's only about 4 or 5 chapters left, so we'll press through because there's no point in just leaving it as one chapter, like for the following week. And that means, of course, we can start the next game in our horror series. Next week, we should be starting on the Saturday Night Family Fun Night, Alan Wake. The question is, will we be playing on the Xbox or will we be playing it on PC? I'm still trying to solve the issue with its the screen issues, because it seems to drift. I don't know if it's to do with the ultra wide or something like that, but I've got a week to figure it out. All right then. So we're gonna go. We'll go and raid Jimmy's. We'll see what he's up to there. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night. And if I press the right button on here, I can go back from those menus and tap this one. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.